Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this new video of current affairs. So today we'll discuss weekly current affairs for 14 August 2020 to 21st of August 2020. So without any further delay, let us get started with the session of the day. I will only mark the correct answers. For detailed version of the questions, you can watch my previous videos. The first question is, recently a galaxy resembling our Milky Way and named as baby SPT041847 has been discovered. So which research organization has talked about its details? So the answer is option D, European Southern Observatory. Second question is, consider the following statements about Official Secrets Act. So the statement is, it was first enacted in 1912 and was retained after independence. Second one is, the law applicable to government servants and citizens provides the framework for dealing with espionage, sedition and other potential threats to the integrity of the nation. The third one is, after independence in Free India, it was amended and made stricter in 1967, widening the scope of Section 5, wrongful communication, etc., of information, and enlarging the Section 8, and the duty of giving information as to commission of offences. The fourth and the last statement for this question is, the CPWT asked three firms, Larsen and Toubro Limited, Shapoorji and Pallonji and Co Limited, and Tata Projects Limited, to sign secrecy affidavits before submitting their final bids for the Parliament project. So, which of the above statement is are false? So you can actually pause the video here and you can read it the statements listed here. So the correct answer for this question only. So the statements second, third, and fourth are correct, but the first one is false because it was first enacted in the year 1923 and not 1912. Third question is, how much fund India will give for the implementation of Greater Malay Connectivity project through line of credit and grant respectively, as announced by Foreign Minister of India recently. So the answer is option A, 400 as line of credit and 100 million US dollars as grant. Fourth question is, recently a study has flagged high rate of deforestation in Papam Reserve Forest, a major hornbill habitat. So where is it located? Answer is option B, Arunachal Pradesh. Fifth question, consider the following statements about next generation sequencing machines. More generally about mega labs. Statement first is, the labs will be repurposing large machines called NGS, and they are normally used for sequencing human genomes to sequence 1500 to 1300 viral genomes. Second statement is, ICMR has partnered with US based Illumina, and it is a company that specializes in the manufacture of NGS machines, and five such sequencers costing 4 crore each are available in India. Third statement is, it can also trace the evolutionary history of the virus and track mutations more reliably. So which of the statement is are true? You can pause the video here and you can read it the statements listed here. Alright, so the answer is option D, all of the above. All the above statements are correct. There is no false statement in this. Sixth question is, what is the name of the special purpose vehicle formed by the National Highway Authority of India for financing, construction and operation of the rupees 1 lakh crore Delhi Mumbai expressways? Answer is option A, DME Development Limited. Seventh question is, recently retail inflation based on consumer price index accelerated to dash percent and food inflation increased to dash percent in the month of July according to the latest government reports. So you have to fill the blanks here. Answer is option A, 6.93, as retail inflation and food inflation is 9.62. Eighth question is, recently which country launched Clean Your Plate campaign, sparking speculation that the country faces food crisis following the COVID-19 pandemic? Answer is option B, China. Ninth question is, consider the following statements regarding Hindu women's inheritance rights. So first question is, current ruling is that co-partnership is by birth and father does not need to be living as on 9 September 2005. Second one is the Dayabhaga School of Hindu Law codified as the Hindu Succession Act 1957 governed succession and inheritance of property. Third statement is 174th Law Commission report had recommended the reform in the law. Fourth one is there are two schools. There are two Hindu schools. One is Dayabhaga Hindu Law School and other one is Mitakshara Hindu Law. First one is observed in all parts of India and the latter one is observed in Bengal and Assam. So which of the above statements is are incorrect? So you can pause the video here and you can reread the statements listed here. So the answer to this question is option C, 2 and 4 only. So second one and the fourth one is false because this Dayabhaga School of Hindu Law is not codified as the Hindu Succession Act. Rather, it is Mitakshara Hindu Law, and in this, the Dayabhaga Hindu Law is observed in Bengal and Assam, and Mitakshara Hindu Law is observed in all parts of India. This is the correction in the fourth, and I told you the correction in the second one. 10th question is, according to a draft key performance indicators for private operators released by the railways, what is the haulage charge the private players have to pay per kilometer? Answer is 512 Indian rupees. 11th question is, consider the following statements about offshore patrol vessels for the Indian Coast Guard which was in news recently. So first one is OPV of Indian Coast Guard was launched and it is named as Sarthak. Second one is OPV Sarthak is the second in series of 5 OPVs and it has been designed and built indigenously by Goa Shipyard Limited. It has 70% indigenous content. Third one is it carries a twin engine fighter jet, 4 high speed boats and 1 inflatable boat mainly deployed for EEZ surveillance, coastal security and other duties. This is 105 meters long and weighs approximately 2350 tons and is propelled by two 9100 kilowatt diesel engines. Maximum speed is 26 knots, endurance is 6000 nautical miles. So the question is, which of the above statement is false? So you can pause the video here and you can reread the listed statements listed here. So the answer to this question is option B, 2 and 3 only. So the second one is false here because it is fourth in series of 5 OPVs and not second, and it carries a twin engine helicopter and not a fighter jet. 12th question is, which country based Indian launched world's first blockchain based exchange christened as Bond Blue X Bond Exchange? Answer is option B, Singapore. 13th one is, recently C Central Board of Reserve Bank of India approved how much amount for as dividend the central government for the accounting year 2019 to 2020. So the answer is option A, 57,128 crore Indian rupees. 14th is, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari will lay the foundation stone of highway projects worth rupees 3000 crore in which Indian state? Answer is option B, Manipur. 15th is, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh launched the Naval Innovation and Indigenization Organization NIIO. So it is a dash tiered organization. Answer is B, 3-tiered. 16th one is, recently which country became the third country to open relations with Israel after Egypt and Jordan? Answer is option A, United Arab Emirates. 17th is consider the following statements about Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau. First one is earlier DGCA used to conduct investigations on aircraft crashes, but a separate investigative agency was established with SARPs of the International Civil Aviation Organization, and which provides setting up of AAIB in May 2011. Second one is the Aircraft Rules 2012 came into effect on 5 July 2012. Third one is this Air India Express flight 1344 which crashed recently will be the fifth full-fledged air crash by which this agency will investigate. Fourth one is the investigation of 2020 Air India Express flight will be done by a five-member team led by Captain S.S. Chahar. So the answer is which statement above is incorrect. You can pause the video here and you can reread the statements listed here. So the answer is option C, 3 only. The third one is false because this will be the first full-fledged air crash investigation carried by this agency and not fifth. 18th is recently Union Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers reviewed the progress of three upcoming projects of Hindustan Urvarak and Rasayan Limited at Gorakhpur, Barauni and Sindri. In which year HURL was incorporated? Answer is 2016. 19th is recently ISRO in collaboration with which of the following research institutes has developed sustainable process to make space bricks on lunar surface. Answer is option A, Indian Institute of Science Bangalore. Next is recently NASA's Planet Hunter TESS has found how many new exoplanets during its 2-year long primary mission. Answer is option C, 66. Next is recently a price monitoring and resource unit has been set up in which Indian state under the aegis of NPPA. Answer is option C, Karnataka. Next one is recently HDFC Bank launched Shaurya KGC Kisan Gold Credit Card, a loan product for the armed forces. So this is part of which initiative of the bank? Answer is Har Gaon Hamara. 23rd is consider the following statements regarding resignation of an IAS officer. So the resignation from service of any officer of all of any of the three All India services IAS, IPS, IFS. IFS stands for Indian Forest Service and it is governed by rules 51 and 51A of All India Services, rules 1958. The competent authorities for accepting the resignation are Minister of State at the Department of Personnel and Training for IAS and IPS, and Ministry, or you can say Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change for IFS. Third is the All India Service Rules 1958 was amended in 2013 to allow a resignation to be withdrawn within 90 days of its acceptance. So, which of the above listed statements is incorrect? So, the answer to this question is actually you can pause the video here and you can reread the statements listed here. Answer is option A, one only. So, first one is, I mean, the answer is second only. The second statement is false here because in connection with the IPS, the competent authority for accepting the resignation is Minister of Home Affairs. 24th is recently which ministry has launched Citizen Portal? Answer is D, Ministry of Defense. 25th is recently Income Tax Department has planned to expand the scope of reportable financial transactions under which of the following? Answer is option D, Statement of Financial Transaction. Next one is recently health agencies in United States and Canada have asked its citizens to discard onions supplied by California-based Thomson International and linking which bacterial infection? Answer is option C, Salmonella. Recently the term typhoid Mary is in news. Which Indian state police is using this term to ensure that COVID-19 does not cook up a pandemic in the force? Answer is option B, Punjab. Next one is, among the following, which ministry is going to launch Swasthya Portal, a first of its kind comprehensive platform for health and nutrition related information of certain set of people? Answer is option C, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Next one is, consider the following statements about Finance Ministry's draft of reappointment of retired central government employees rules. First one is, when appointed by nomination, the remuneration should be person's last drawn salary at the point of retirement minus basic pension. The draft, second one is, draft guidelines propose to cap the reappointment to 5 years after the age of superannuation of 60 years. Third one is, in case the appointment is made from the open market under the general financial rules, the remuneration should be as per the terms and conditions of the contract, and there should be no deduction of pension. Fourth one is, the term of appointment shall not ordinarily go beyond 5 years after the age of superannuation unless special provisions are made. So which of the above statements are true? So the answer to this question is option. So you can actually pause the video here and you can reread the statements for your clarity. Next one is, recently scientists have found a pre-existing drug used to treat bipolar disorder effective against coronavirus. What is the name of the pre-existing drug? Option C, epsilon. Next one is, consider the following statements about Saliva Direct, a new rapid diagnostic test for the novel coronavirus. First one is, it uses saliva samples opposed to the more invasive nasopharyngeal swabs, and it has high sensitivity even when the number of virus copies in the saliva sample is as low as 6 to 12 copies per microliter. It involves 4 steps. These are the 4 steps listed here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can read the steps. The third one is, it has been provided as open source, so it will be free to use by the labs, and researchers from Yale School of Public Health has developed this test. So which of the above statements are true? You can pause the video here and you can read the statements listed here for your clarity. Answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. The second one is false because it does not involve 4 steps, rather it involves only the 3 steps, the first, second and third. The fourth one is the step of this RT-PCR test and not of this saliva direct test. 32nd question. Recently, NTPC has developed an infrastructure at which of the following super thermal power station to transport fly ash in bulk to cement plants at a cheaper cost? Answer is option C, Rihand Super Thermal Power Station. 33rd is, recently which top financial body in India introduced positive pay mechanism to obliterate payment frauds? Answer is option B, RBI. 34th is, Indian Railways is constructing the world's tallest pier bridge in which northeastern state? Answer is option B, Manipur. 35th is, consider the following statements regarding National Cadet Corps. So you can see, it is a tri-service organization comprising of Army, Navy and Air Wings. Motto of the organization is diversity and discipline. It was formed under the National Cadet Corps Act 1950 and it is a voluntary organization headed by Director General with rank of Major General. Second one is, PM Narendra Modi talked about expansion of NCC in his Independence Day speech, and these are the details here. You can read the statements. Third one is, restructuring of NCC was one of the key recommendations of the Committee of Experts headed by Lieutenant General D.B. Shekhar. So which of the statement above is false? So the answer to this question is option A, 1 only. The first one is false because the motto of the organization is not diversity and discipline, rather it is unity and discipline, and it is a voluntary organization and headed by a Director General with the rank of Lieutenant General and not Major General. Next question is, who has been appointed as the new chief of border security force? Answer is option B, Rakesh Asthana. Next question is, recently PM Modi mentioned that the central government has set up a committee to reconsider the minimum age for women. Who is the head of the committee? Option B is the correct answer, Jaya Jetli. Next question is, recently Chief Scientist of World Health Organization Soumya Swaminathan was conferred with which state's Chief Minister's Special Award? Answer is option B, Tamil Nadu. Next one is, consider the following statements regarding National Digital Health Mission, which was unveiled by PM Modi in his Independence Day speech. The first one is, it has been rolled out in 6 union territories through pilot launch, and these are the name of those union territories. Second one is, the National Health Mission has been given the mandate to implement the NDHM in the country, and in this every Indian will get a health ID, and this will be created using person's basic details and mobile number or Aadhaar card. And main aim is that to liberate citizens from the complex medical system and to create a digitally effective system. So which of the above statement is false? So you can read the statements by pausing the video here. Answer is option B, two only. First and the third statement are correct. This one and the third one is correct, but second one is false because National Health Mission is not responsible for implementing this. It is National Health Authority, NHA. Next one is, recently which union territory celebrated its 59th anniversary of DGO Day? So the answer is option B, Puducherry. 41th is, recently MPDA, you can say Marine Products Export Development Authority, has opened a quality control laboratory in the coastal city of which Indian state regarding testing of seafood? Answer is option B, Gujarat. Recently, Pentagon headquarters of the US Department of Defense announced that it was setting up a new task force under the US Navy to investigate UFO sightings. What is the name of the task force? It is option A, UAPTF. Next question is, what will be the name of 451-kilometer long Digha Gopalpur coastal highway which will link two states, Odisha and West Bengal? Answer is option B, 516A. 44th is, what was the original name of the planet which was renamed as Planet Pandit Jasraj in 2019? A minor planet it is, which is located between Mars and Jupiter. Answer is option A, Minor Planet 2006, VP32, number 300128. Which IIT has developed microprocessor named Shakti 32-bit, which will be used in recently launched Swadeshi Microprocessor Challenge by Electronics and IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad? Answer is option A, IIT Madras. Next one is, PM Narendra Modi will inaugurate first ever World Solar Technology Summit in September. Which alliance among the following will be hosting this summit? Answer is option C, International Solar Alliance. 47th is, the Asian Development Bank has approved how much loan to support the construction of high speed Delhi Meerut regional rapid transit system? Answer is option D, 1 billion US dollars. Next one is, consider the following statements regarding El Nino and La Nina. El Nino refers to the unusual warming of the central and east central equatorial Atlantic Ocean which affects global weather. And second one is, change of wind direction leads to warmer winters and summers and decrease in rainfall during the monsoon. Third one is, opposite of El Nino is La Nina, which means the little girl in Spanish, and these are parts of oscillation in the ocean atmosphere system called ENSO cycle. Fourth one is, according to recent reports, chances of La Nina have increased to 70% from 50%, which will actually further increase monsoon rainfall in India and boost the rural economy with a record harvest. So which of the statement listed above is false? You can pause the video here and you can reread the statements listed here. Answer to this question is option A, one only. So the first one is false. because it is not Atlantic Ocean, rather it is Pacific Ocean. Report by NASCOM, artificial intelligence and data could add how much value to India's GDP by 2025? Answer is option B. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Naga Peace Accord. So recently NSCN-IM released the contents of the framework agreement. They said that Mr. R.N. Ravi, the governor of Nagaland, had craftily deleted the word new from original line that referred to shared sovereignty between India and Naga homeland. Second one is, the key demand is of them is that to actually get a greater Nagalim sovereign statehood, you can say, redrawing boundaries of all Naga inhabited areas in the northeast under one administrative umbrella. So these are the places you can see they want to consider in this. Third one is, four peace initiative have been held in total, which is Shillong Accord, ceasefire agreement, framework agreement, and register of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland. So the question is, which of the statement listed above is false? You can pause here and you can reread the statements listed here. So answer to this question is option C, 3 only. The third one is false because only 3 peace initiatives have been held and not 4. The fourth one, that register of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, was proposed but it was rather stopped because of the massive protest. 51st is, companies with a net worth of over how many rupees will be eligible to set up an umbrella entity for retail payments unveiled by RBI recently? Answer is 500 crore Indian rupees. 52 is, recently under which citizen science project astronomers and a team of data sleuthing volunteers have discovered roughly 100 cool worlds near the sun known as brown dwarfs? Answer is option A, backyard worlds planet 9. Next question is, recently Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare inaugurated a thalassemia screening and counseling center at Indian Red Cross Society's National Headquarters Blood Bank. So where is this headquarters located? Answer is option B, New Delhi. 54th is, recently Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has approved establishment of how many integrated regional offices? Option B is the answer, 19. 55th is, in this year's Atal ranking of institution on innovation achievements, a special category of higher educational institute for women has been introduced. So which institute has bagged first place under this category? Answer is option A, Avinashilingam University for Women. It is in Tamil Nadu. 56th is, on 19 August 2020, World Humanitarian Day was observed. When did United Nations General Assembly formalize the day as World Humanitarian Day? Answer is option C, 2009. Next one is, consider the following statements regarding Bhadbhut project. First one is, it is located across the river Narmada and flows into Gulf of Khambat. It is part of Kalpasar project, which entails construction of 30-kilometer dam across the Gulf of Khambat between Bharuch and Bhavnagar. Main purpose is preventing salinity and to actually create a sweet water lake of 6,000 million cubic meter on the river. Third one is, Inland Waterways Authority has given the clearance for this project and it is likely to impact fishing patterns, mainly those of Hilsa. So which of the statements above are correct? You can pause here, you can, and then you can reread the statements listed here. So answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. So the first and the third statement is correct actually. Second one is false because the creation of the seed water lake of only 600 to million cubic meters on the river and not 6,000 million cubic meters. Next one is, recently in news, Ayuraksha is a joint venture of which autonomous institute under Ministry of Ayush and Delhi Police for maintaining the health of frontline COVID warriors? Option A is the correct answer, All India Institute of Ayurveda. Next one is, which Indian neighboring country's government grants approval to abolish 19th Amendment in their constitution. Option C is the correct, Sri Lanka. Recently, World Bank has projected India's fiscal deficit to rise to how much percent of GDP in financial year 21 and remain elevated at 5.5% in the following year. Option B is the correct, 6.6. Which of the following has partnered with CSIR NAL to establish an innovation cum incubation center to promote startups in the field of aerospace technologies? Answer is option D, National Research Development Corporation. Next one is, recently Union Cabinet has approved the proposal of leasing out how many airports of AAI, Airports Authority of India, through public-private partnership? Option A is the answer, 3. Recently, Parliament of which country organized 5th World Conference of Speakers of Parliament in partnership with Inter Parliamentary Union? Option B is the correct, Austria. Next one is, recently which of the following has signed a MOU with Jute Corporation of India to provide certified good quality seeds to jute farmers in the year 2021 to 22? Option D is the correct, National Seeds Corporation. Next one is, consider the following statements about Uday scheme. So it stands for Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana, and it had a target of making all discoms profitable by initiatives listed here. You can read it. You can read the statements. You can read the statement listed here. The first one for better clarity. Second one is, states had to take 50% of discom debt over 2 years, and this is the breakup of that. Third one is, states were to issue non-SLR including SDL bonds in the market or directly to the respective banks, financial institutions. Fourth one is, CCEA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, which is headed by Prime Minister of India, approved one-time relaxation to PFC and REC for extending loans to discoms above limit of working capital of 25% of last year's revenue. So the question is, which of the above listed statements are correct? You can pause the video here and you can reread the statements listed here. Okay, so the answer to this question is option C, 1, 3 and 4 only. So the first statement is correct, the third one is also correct, and the fourth statement is also correct. So the second one is false, because states had to take 75% of discom debt over 2 years, that is 50% in 2015-16 and 25% in 2016-17. Recently, which of the following zoo has become the second Indian zoo to house the African cheetah under an animal exchange program? Answer is option C, Sri Chamarajendra Zoological Gardens, Mysore. Next one is, in the recent released Swachh Sarvekhan 2020 rankings, which cantonment has topped the list for cantonment boards? Answer is option A, Jalandhar cantonment. Which Indian origin expert has led United Kingdom's major breast cancer radiotherapy study? Answer is option A, Jayant Vaidya. Next one is, recently the Digital Life Digital Quality of Life Index 2020 has been released by Surfshark. So what is the overall rank of India among 85 countries which are covered in the research? Option A is the correct answer here, 57th. Last question is, which of the following country along with India and Japan has begun discussions on launching a trilateral supply chain resilience initiative to reduce dependency on China? Answer is option C, Australia. So that's all for this session. If you think this video helped you to raise your awareness about important updates and happenings around the world, please leave a like on this video. If you have any suggestions, do write in the comment section. We will surely reply to it soon, and please subscribe to the channel for daily and important updates. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a very good day ahead.